news says more and more people are living together. They're buying houses together and, splitting all the expenses. Not necessarily 50-50 either. In my view, the time by the way, I don't think you should never live together. Here is the only time to live together. You're 25 or over. You have achieved your dream in life. You have a date to get married, and before you set the date to get married, you had a prenuptial agreement drawn up, reviewed by all attorneys, and signed. And in that prenuptial agreement, it includes an agreement regarding the time you live together and how the property will be divided up should you split. It's all in there. It's all signed, sealed, and delivered. The agreement says, in essence, that living together is a trial marriage. And it's possible that once you've lived together, you will decide not to get married, so that you can't be held responsible for breaching your promise or whatever. This is serious stuff, boys. It seems really easy, because it's just like it's easy to get married. It's easy to go down and pay $60 to get a marriage license. That's easy to do. It's deceptively easy because you have no idea what kind of legal commitment you're making till after you've made it. Do you know what the hardest thing to do is? Someone moves in, and she's a bitch, or she's looking through your things, or she's violent, or whatever, and then you want to move out or move her out. Well, you've both got a lease. You both got your names on the deed to a house. You can't make her go, and she doesn't want to leave. You're a hostage. Ever have a chick move into your house? You can't get her to leave? You can't make her leave. You can't lock her out or change the locks. That's an expression. If you do that, she can call the cops, she can take legal action, and assert her right to continue to live there. Do you know that? The one and only way you ever move in with anyone is if you are committed to marrying them. Over age 25, you've achieved your dream professionally. And you have already negotiated and signed a prenuptial agreement that covers the possibility that living together will reveal all of the weak points in your relationship and will ultimately end up in your breakup. And it holds you harmless from any responsibility. If you can't say all of those things, you shouldn't be living with anybody. Period. Our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Andy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello, Andy.
How are you, Tom?
Doing okay.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. Got in within a matter of minutes. Couldn't believe it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I wish I would have listened to you. I kind of lost touch with you. That's all I can say.
Yeah, why did you lose touch?
Well, I tell you what, my life was a whole lot better when I listened to your show.
So, in other words, you thought you knew better than I did.
Exactly. Well, I don't know about that.
Well, clearly you did, because I can tell that you started doing things. I don't even know what you did, honestly. I can just tell by the way you're talking. You were listening. You did know what I had to say. But then you decided to start doing things that I wouldn't approve of, and so you drifted away from the show. Would that be about right?
Leykis 101, my life was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome with my relationship. And that's all I can really say to be the God's honest truth.
Right. All right. So what happened exactly, Andy?
Well, where do you want me to start?
How did a chick end up moving in with you?
Started dating her. She had a son that was about 9 months old, never saw his father. I basically took on that role. Everything was great.
Strike one.
Actually, for a couple years.
Strike one, yeah.
Excuse me?
Strike one.
Me taking on the role as his father?
Oh, or dating a single mom, much less moving in with one.
Well, I guess, that's something that I forgot. Like
well, if you continued listening, you wouldn't have forgotten.
Well, that's what I said. I lost touch with you, Tom.
Yeah.
I lost touch.
But you stopped listening because you knew you were about to do things of which I would not approve.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
I suppose so. But, it's just like everything else. You take, your chances. And I've already been married before that. I have a daughter. She's 10 years old. It was great. Didn't work out, but turns out the same situation, You just can't trust women,
Well, you did, didn't you?
Anything that bleeds for a week and doesn't die, you can't trust it.
Yep, there you go. All right, Andy, so she moved in with you with her kid, and there you were, the father figure.
Yes.
And it was great.
It was fantastic.
And then what happened, Andy?
Well, I asked her to tell me the truth if she ever took her son to see his biological father. And I stressed it beyond belief that if she didn't tell me and she lied to me about it, that she would be out. And that's exactly what happened. She told me she was at her mother's house. I knew something wasn't right in her voice, so I said, if you're at your mom's, you call me from her home phone, and, you know, it's all said and done. She admitted where she was. She was at his father's house, and this was at midnight, so she's staying at his house, so I put two and two together. You know, done deal. See ya, you're out. Your clothes are on the front deck.
Right. Now, I'm confused about something, because Dean is telling me that she was banging her boss.
Now she is.
Oh, so, now she, but...
Okay, hold on. She moved out.
She moved out.
She moved out, and I like a dumb person. Dumbass, there you go. Sorry about that. Got back together with her, and we kind of have had a relationship for the past year or so. And done everything I could do, and that's kind of, like I say, where I lost touch. I kind of even forgot to even listen to your show anymore. So I just started listening again, and felt like calling in.
How did you find out she was banging her boss?
Oh, from my best friend.
How did he know?
He picked her, his daughter up or he was dropping his daughter off at the daycare, which is the same daycare that she uses, and she was driving her boss's brand new truck. So I called her up and said, you know, hey, how's your new truck? And basically she admitted it from there, so...
Right.
There you go.
Very nice.
But yet she tells me, oh, I love you, and da-da-da-da.
Sure she does.
Every day. And I said, well, do you think about me while you're doing your boss, you know? So that's where I'm at, Tom, and I was taking it pretty rough.
So how long will it be before you ask her back in again?
Never. It's done.
Oh, really?
No. I saw her today, gave her the finger, so. She lives like 2 miles from me.
Where does she live now, with her boss?
No, she's got her own place, but it's only a few miles from my house, so I still see her, you know, going back and forth from, you know, around town, freeway, whatever, you know, just small town. Boom, there they are. So, but, you know, anyways, not that big a deal. I'm going to get over it, but I just wanted to, I heard you talking about the living situation and stuff, not moving in with them, and guys, all I can say is don't do it unless you're absolutely 100% positive. Don't do it.
Telephone there, Andy.
Yeah, I hear it.
All right.
So anyways, can I answer any more questions?
I think I know all I can stand to hear.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
Your listeners are like the stupidest people I've ever heard in my life.
By the way, attention advertisers, you too can reach this prime demographic.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Why does anyone live with anybody? Do tell. Drew on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Big Daddy.
How you doing, Drew?
Not bad at all. You know, actually, I've been, while I was on hold, just listening to these sad stories. Man, it is unbelievable what happens to a man when they move in with a woman.
Uh-huh.
I have a story that almost was one of these stories here. I was dating this girl when I was living in San Diego for about 3 years ago.
Right.
And we were dating casually, you know, it was kind of getting a little bit serious, nothing too big. And my roommate at the time was moving back to the East Coast, and she actually threw the idea that, hey, how about I move in and, you know, you don't have to worry about finding another roommate.
Right.
At the time, going through college, you know, it seemed like a financially sound idea. It's someone that I know. So I agreed to it. But she couldn't move in right away because of the fact that my roommate had another month or so on his lease before he moved back.
Mm-hmm.
But in that month, and I mean, Tom, like a light switch, she went from being this way cool, way kickback person to someone that I don't even know. Let me give you an example. I'm a very laid-back person myself, so I don't have, like, security passes on my computer. You can access my phone voicemail by pushing a button, stuff like that. So what ended up happening is she went through all my credit card receipts. I leave them around. She went through my email, because it's always up. She went through my voicemail, because it's there. And like the IRS coming to audit me, she sat me down one day with a folder in her hand of credit card receipts, of emails, of instant message conversations, of women.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of sat down, looked her in the eye, and told her that I was banging all these different girls, and she was absolutely right. The look on her face was absolutely priceless, because I realized that's not the kind of woman that I want to be with.
Right.
Make sense?
Well, yes, of course, but that's what they do, Drew.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the beauty about it, too, is anytime I'm in a bad mood or whatnot, I just think of that story, and it instantaneously puts me in a great mood. Because, I mean, I've listened to these stories in the last hour and a half of guys, and they really sound miserable, Tom. They sound absolutely miserable.
Of course they are.
And the last caller, I mean, you can just tell in his voice that there was just so much pain. And I'm just sitting there going, man, that could have been me. That could have been any one of us, Tom.
That's right.
You know,
well, it's been you, and it's been me, and it's been most of us.
Oh, yeah. You know, but, you know, my philosophy now is promise him the world, give him nothing. Just as long as you get that ass, it's all good.
Right. Get that ass, but never have that ass living at the same address. Exactly. Never let that ass have a key to your apartment or your house. Never let that ass have your access to your voicemail, your answering machine, your email, your computer, or anything else.
Yeah.
Never let her have access. Even if you have nothing to hide, that's not the point.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
I'm not here to be audited. And that's the thing. You see, you move the chick in, A, hoping to keep an eye on what she's up to, B, hoping to have ready sex at the snap of a finger. Not realizing the price for that is C, she's going to go through all your crap and start questioning everything you do. And now she knows where you are at all times. And if you come home 5 minutes later than you planned, be prepared to be questioned.
You know what amazes me, Tom, is the transition that took place from her being one person to automatically being another
person. Of course. She became your mommy. She became your wife. That's what she became.
So, I mean, I have to tell you, Tom, I knock on wood every day, and I thank the stars that I escaped that situation. And I'm telling you, I'm 29 years old. I'm enjoying the single life. I'm going out there. I'm tapping ass as often as I can. Excellent. And you know what the bottom line of it is?
What?
Is that it means nothing to me to promise a woman this or that, because I will not give them anything. I will not. I don't trust them.
I don't blame you. Thank you for the call. Emilio, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom.
Yes.
Hey, how's it going?
Great.
Big fan of the show, man. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you.
I need your blessing on something. I'm 23 years old. I am where I expected to be at the age of maybe about 28, 30.
Which is what?
I'm a field engineer, and I'm making about 100 G's a year. But anywho, I went down to Mexico about a year or so ago, and I met this girl, and totally blew me away or whatever, you know. And I'm planning on getting married with her next August.
How old is she?
She is 21 and a virgin, may I add.
Oh, pal, she's too young.
Young?
Too young. You're not, pal, this is not Mexico, okay?
Yeah.
Even if you are of Mexican heritage, this is not Mexico. This is the United States. In Mexico is where people get married at 19 and 16 and 15. This is the U.S. of A.
Yeah, God bless it.
You don't have to get married to somebody this young, and you don't want to marry somebody that young yourself.
Yeah, I mean...
If she's that great a girl, she'll be around when she turns 25.
25?
Yeah. By the way, she's a virgin. That means you've never had sex with her.
No. No, I mean, that's, I think, what's good, you know, so great about it.
But you think it's great because it looks good on paper. Ever had sex with a virgin?
No.
Yeah. Well, I have. Let me tell you, it's no walk in the park.
Well, what's the cons of that?
The cons of that, she doesn't know what she's doing. She's going to be scared to death. She has no abilities. Nothing in the licking and sucking department. Doesn't know what to do with you.
I could teach her, though.
Oh, you think so?
No, you don't think so?
Yeah, pal, you don't drive a car without test driving it first. You don't buy a car without test driving. You don't.
That's true.
I mean, what are you doing?
I don't know, man. I just want to, settle down, or I don't know.
Why? What is the rush? Do you know age here's the other thing, okay? Age expectancies are longer than ever before. And they're longer in the United States than Mexico, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're expected to live to well over 70 years old. Okay. What is the rush to get married and settle down if you're going to live that long? Do you know the median age now for men to get married for the first time is not 23 or 24 like you? It's 28 in the United States.
Yeah, I guess you're right, man. Yeah, you're always right.
Well, what are you doing?
I don't know, man. I just don't want her to slip away,
Pal, again, you haven't had sex with her. What if the sex is terrible?
What's up?
What if you marry her? Because clearly, if she's a virgin, she's expecting you to wait until after the wedding, right?
Yeah.
Right. What if you marry her and the sex is terrible?
That wouldn't be good.
Right. And you've never lived with her?
No.
What if living with her is impossible? Now, I have dated women from Mexico. And I understand the culture really, really well. What happens when her parents start meddling in your life?
Oh, her parents will be like 3,000 miles away.
Yeah, guess what? If she gets married to you 3,000 miles away, they're not going to be 3,000 miles away for long. Trust me. Emilio, are you Mexican descent?
Yes, yeah.
You are. Okay. So you should understand the culture at least as well as I do, if not better.
Right.
Do you really think her parents are going to live 3,000 miles from her?
Well, I mean, she's got a lot. I mean, actually, all her siblings are all female. They're all sisters, and
yeah.
And then
they all live 3,000 miles away?
Yeah, well, one lives in Fontana, another one in Texas, and they're scattered everywhere.
Won't be long, especially if that's the case, won't be long before they are clamoring to move north of the border.
Oh, screw that, man.
Pal, you're Mexican. Don't you know this?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think...
the only reason I know so much about Mexicans is because I've dated so many Mexicans. I know how it works.
Right.
I mean, it's all about family. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying her parents will get closer than they are now, especially if they've got 3 daughters in the United States. They're not going to stay down there.
Yeah. Well, actually, she's got more like I think it's like 10.
10 what?
10 sisters. Well, 9 sisters, including her.
Right. Here's the other thing, Emilio. If she's a virgin and presumably Catholic, she's going to want to start cranking out children on your wedding night.
Well, actually, we talked about that. I said I don't want any kids, and she was cool with it.
Well, we'll see how cool she is with it once her parents find out. Because they're going to get to sign off on whatever decision she makes. And if she's from a family of 10 siblings, what do you really think her parents are going to sign off on that?
Her mom is, she likes me.
I'll tell you what, you go talk to her mom and tell her that the two of you are never going to have children, ever. Tell her.
I'll do that.
We'll solve this problem right now. Let's see how cool her mom is. You tell her mom that she will never, well, she may be a grandparent, but not with you.
Well, I'll try. I'll talk to her and see what she says.
Yeah. You want to make a bet? You're going to cause World War III. You're laughing now. I've been with Mexican girls, dear. I'm telling you, sweetie. Don't worry about it. you're going to be in big trouble. You think her parents like you now, and maybe they do, because they're planning on the birth announcement coming within a year of your wedding day. And that's child number 1. Believe you me. And even if she doesn't know it, she's going to find that out right quick.
Well, I mean, I guess you can look at it that way, but
that's how it is.
Yeah, I guess. But
how well do you know this girl? She doesn't even live here.
Well, I mean, we talk like every day, and
that doesn't mean anything. She does not live in the United States.
Well, yeah, right.
And you have never lived in the same city where she is.
No.
How long have you known her?
I'd say 2 years. You've
known her for 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years with no sex. So you have not had sex in 2 years?
Me?
I'm asking.
Oh, no, please, Tom. No, I don't think anybody should go that long.
So let's review. You're engaged.
Right.
To someone while you're having sex with other people.
Well, Tom, dude, it's a different country, man. I can't hold out that long.
You can't.
Well, could you? Could you hold out 2 years?
That's not my point. I'm not engaged to be married.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
You are. So you're by the way, does she know you're dating other people?
No.
Boy, this sounds like true love to me. So you found this innocent virgin in Mexico while you're on vacation. She loves you. You met her when she was 19. She's 21. She's still a virgin. She's waiting for you while you're in L.A. porking other broads.
San Diego. Yeah.
San Diego. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're parking other broads.
Well, dude, what am I going to do?
How? How about you not be engaged? You're too young. What are you doing? And you're already lying to her, and you're not even married to her yet.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Can you see all the flaws in this plan?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to, but you're pointing them out pretty clearly.
Well, I mean, what kind of engagement is this?
But, this...
How do you think your parents would like you if, A, you told them they're never going to be grandparents of any of your children, and, B, that you're dating other chicks to fill time until you get married to this broad? How much do you think they'll like you then?
Well, no, not too much.
No, that's my point. So they like the fake image of you that they have.
I wouldn't call it a fake image.
Of course it is. I'm telling you, they think the two of you are having children. They also think that getting engaged means what it used to mean, that you have a committed relationship. And if you can't be committed, you shouldn't be getting married.
I mean, that is just for the meantime. Once she's here, I don't...
Once she's here and can keep an eye on you, then you'll have to stop?
Right.
So it has nothing to do with being in love or how much you care about...
I mean, I love her. I mean, I like her a lot, but, come on, dude, I need to,
Well, but then when is you made the commitment too fast, too early?
Yeah.
It's a relationship based on a lie. Why don't you call her right now and tell her, you know what, I appreciate the fact that you're a virgin, and I think that's great. But while I'm waiting for our wedding night, a man has needs. Why don't you tell her?
Yeah, I don't think that'd go over.
Because you have to lie to her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Right. Hang on a second, Emilio. Brandon, what did you want to say to Emilio here?
I'd like to help you straighten him out there, Tom.
Go ahead.
Okay, Emilio, listen, dude. You're marrying, you're going to try to marry a 100-year-old broad. All right, you ever tapped a virgin before? I heard you say no.
No.
Once you start hosing her and she's going to feel it, you're going to go off to work and then she's going to start running around on you, trying to get hosed by other dudes because she's young and she hasn't experienced it before. Plus, how do you know she's a virgin? How do you know she's not sitting there in Mexico doing the donkey shows, dude? What you're doing does not make sense at your age and at her age, too. Plus, you also say that she doesn't want to have kids or she's cool with that. She's going to be poking holes in your condoms and not eating her birth control pill like she should. She's going to be having a kid, and you're going to be a dad. It's not a smart idea, but also... By the way,
Emilio, how many Mexican girls do not have children once they get married? What percentage?
There's like people. Like, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. What percentage of Mexican girls are age 23 and don't have a child?
Not too many.
Right.
Yeah, you're making a mistake, dude. Plus, you said you wanted Tom's blessing. It sounds like you're going to do this anyway, so all you should do is just listen to people that have been there, maybe nailed a virgin or two, and see what they do afterwards.
Right.
Not a smart idea. That's all I had to say, Tom. If I can go out JFK senior style, I'd appreciate that.
Here you go.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
All I've heard, I turn on the radio with my son in the car, and all I hear you is you're bitching.
Tough luck.
About single mothers.
Well, maybe you shouldn't listen.
Why you talk about it?
Maybe you shouldn't listen anymore.
The Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Well, a little more than 48 hours away from Boys Night Out, coming to the Inland Empire. My first appearance in the Inland Empire in 18 years on the air in Southern California. It's Friday night at 8:30 at the Riverside Municipal Auditorium. I'm the MC of this show, Boys Night Out. Bobby Slayton is our distinguished and notorious headliner. John DeResta and Steve Brewer. All these guys pretty much understand the things we talk about on the air, and they've got their own take on this stuff. Relationships, gender, marriage, bitches, they get it. You're going to leave the bitch at home, as the T-shirt says. Leave the bitch at home. Friday night, no women. It's all the guys getting together. It's male bonding. This Friday. By the way, if you're a firefighter, thank you for what you've done battling the blazes. We're going to give you a discount of, a substantial discount, $20 for the best seats in the house. If you go to the box office at the Municipal Auditorium in Riverside. By the way, tickets are available at Ticketmaster at 714-740-2000. 714-740-2000. Anybody can skip up to the box office and pick up tickets if you like, or go to Ticketmaster.com. If you forget any of this, it's all at blowmeuptom.com, our website, blowmeuptom.com. The Tom Leykis Show brought to you in part by Durex. Heat things up with new Durex warming condoms. There's sex, and then there's Durex. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Erica on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Hey, you know, I really have to commend you. I don't know how you can sit on the air day in and day out and listen to these stupid people and still come back and do it. We've got to commend you.
It's called money, dear.
Well, it motivates us all.
That's right.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to say thank you. You have changed my life in part. I've never really been one of those girls who's dreamed of getting married, but I tell you, you have scared me out of it entirely.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I really like sex. I'm really laid back. You know, I go to school.
If you like sex, the last thing you want to do is get married.
Yeah, no kidding. That's why I'm not, or one of the reasons anyway.
Right.
You know, and I don't know. You know, I really appreciate the guys I've had in my life. I appreciate the guy I have in my life, and you know, I don't want to ruin it. And all I hear are these horror stories about everything being ruined, and you know, from personal experience, I've seen it to be true as well. And you know, you're absolutely right. And I'll never make those mistakes. That's for sure.
Good.
You know. So, thanks a lot, Tom.
Thank you. Jessica on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello, Jessica. Oh, she's not ready yet? She is now. Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
I was just talking to your other guy, and I told him y'all were...
Well, by the way, don't tell me what you told him. Pretend you never spoke to him.
Okay.
He's just auditioning you to get on the air.
Oh, okay.
What is the point of repeating what you just said to him? We want to pretend that this is a virginal experience, that you haven't spoken to anybody. You haven't told your story to anyone. Because for all I know, you might have shot your wad with him. You might have told the story better to him than you'll ever tell it to me. And then how does that make me feel?
Well, I was listening to the guy before, and he was saying how his girlfriend went and took all of his information, his credit cards and all that. Well, why find a girl that's going to do that? I mean, my husband's 25, and I let him do whatever he wants, go hang out with the boys, drink beers, whatever, go race his truck, whatever they want to do, and I'll sit at home and watch the baby. I don't care what he does. If he's coming home to me every night, so why does it matter?
Why did you get married so young?
Well, because we had a baby. And
why did you let that happen at 17?
Oh, I'm not 17. I'm almost 20.
No, but you weren't. How old is the kid?
He's 10 months.
All right, so you had a baby at 18. You got pregnant at 17, didn't you?
No, right after I turned 18.
Why did you let that happen?
Because we were going to get married. And
but what was the big rush?
I don't know. Now I kind of wish I'd waited, but I wouldn't change it for the world because he's so perfect.
Oh, you say that now. Wait till you get divorced.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see how much you like it then. I know. No one ever sees it happening, dear.
Yeah.
That's like when I get in my car, you know what I don't see happening? An accident. When I get in my car, I'm going from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And I do not see an accident happening. Ever had a car accident?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see it happening?
No.
When you got in the car, did you think you were going to have an accident?
No.
No. You thought you were going to a party or you were going to the bank or whatever, that nothing was going to stop you, was it?
Yeah.
And then it did.
Yeah.
I know you can't see yourself getting divorced, but are you aware that people who get married as young as you do, 4 out of 5 marriages end in divorce? 80%.
Yes, I'm very aware.
So it doesn't, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yeah, but I mean, there's always an exception to that rule of this.
Yeah, but and everyone thinks they're going to be it.
Yeah, I mean, but...
Yeah. I'll give you another example of the exception to the rule theory, okay?
Uh-huh.
All right, there you are in Dallas. How about, what's the name of that Reunion Tower? Is that what that thing is called, that big tower next to the Reunion Arena? What's that tower called?
Oh, I don't know.
There's a big tower down by the Reunion Arena, downtown. All right, let's say you take the elevator to the top, and then you jump off. Now, most people are going to die. Now, occasionally someone might survive that. Well, most people are just going to become pancakes. So, would you jump off a tower because there was a possibility you might survive?
No.
No, you wouldn't. But that's what you've just done. 4 out of 5 people who jump off that marriage tower at 17 or 18, they go splat.
Yeah. Well, you have a good point, but I mean, there's that 1 out of 5 people that actually...
Oh, that's great. You have a better chance of winning at Lotto, I think.
Yeah, probably. But, like, when y'all were talking to that other guy, and he was saying how his girlfriend was so obsessive and whatever else, I mean, I'm not like that, and there's always an exception to the rule, and there's always... But
the point is, the rule is generally the rule.
Yeah. I mean, most women are like that, very obsessive and very controlling.
Let me give you an example. You know, what's the big freeway? Is that I-75? What's that big freeway?
The George Bush?
Yeah, what's the interstate? What's that number?
I-30?
I-30. Let's take I-30, okay? Now, you could get out of your car in the emergency lane, and you could run across both sides of the freeway, right? And you might make it.
Yeah.
But you probably won't.
Yeah, probably not.
But you might be one of the exceptions to the rule. So would you get out of your car and run across the freeway?
No, probably
No,
not.
you wouldn't, would you?
No, probably not.
So would you roll the dice on your whole life? That's what you just did.
Yeah. I sometimes I regret getting married so young because there's all my friends are single and they're not married.
And here's when you're really going to regret it, okay? After he divorces you, because he's curious about what he missed out on by getting married so young. He divorces you, and then you've got a 5-year-old kid, and you want to go out at night with your friends. You can't find a babysitter. That's when you're going to regret it.